When it comes to video game announcements, the European answer to E3, Gamescom, isn't traditionally as flashy as its American counterpart. But that doesn't mean that there's no news coming out of Germany. And of course, trailers for upcoming projects in the world of gaming. Projects both big and small that we, and probably you too, can't wait to get our hands on. Here are our picks for the top 10 video game trailers from Gamescom 2022. Starting off at number 10, Dead Island 2. For far too long, there was no sign of life from the zombie game. Yet development started back in 2014. But at the opening night live event at Gamescom, there were even 2 trailers to see. There have been a few Dead Island 2 leaks over the past few days, with all of them essentially being confirmed at Gamescom. While the render trailer gets us in the mood for the funky atmosphere of the game with funky music, it is the second surprise of the evening that deserves the spotlight, because there's finally the first gameplay from Dead Island 2 to see. Fast, bloody, and wild, the trailer knows how to set the scene for the over-the-top zombie carnage. Very few games find themselves in a position where they have to come back from a trailer released nearly a decade prior, but this Dead Island 2 trailer does just that, and restores hype for a game almost synonymous with development hell. Next up on number 9, we have Hogwarts Legacy. Fans of the Harry Potter series will be happy to see Hogwarts Legacy, which acts as a prequel to the original book series and places you in the shoes of a young wizard entering Hogwarts as a late arrival. We knew the game was coming for a while, but we were left in the dark about the plot details until now. While the game has largely felt pretty standard fare for student life at Hogwarts, the latest trailer dives into dark magic and highlights a player choice related to one of the unforgivable curses, Crucio. What stands out about Hogwarts Legacy's latest trailer is just how different in tone it is, with also showing off the digital deluxe items, and recently the release date confirmation for Hogwarts Legacy. It does feel more real than ever before, even if it's a big wait. Up next at number 8, we have Where Winds Meet. It's always refreshing when a game announces itself with a lengthy gameplay trailer, and that was certainly the case with Where Winds Meet, a new open-world action-adventure game set in the 10 Kingdoms period of medieval China. The game already looks pretty stunning and will offer players a variety of approaches to combat, mixing up sword fighting, hand-to-hand combat, and magic. And it looks like your character is pretty handy with a bow too. Strangely, this one is PC only at the moment. At lucky number 7, we have the Callisto Protocol. The Callisto Protocol appears just about everywhere, but there's a reason for that. It constantly lives up to the surrounding hype, and this new gameplay trailer does just that too. Players see Jacob Lee fight for his life, see enemies mutate right in front of them, and die in gory, horrifying ways. Everything about the trailer for the Callisto Protocol reminds us of Dead Space, and that's a good thing. Here too, we have to deal with terrifying creatures that lurk in the gloomy environments. The dense atmosphere is also accompanied by an eerily beautiful soundscape. The panting and shuffling of the monsters sends a shiver down our spines just watching them. Yikes. At number 6, there's Goat Simulator 3. The world's deadliest fictional animal makes his comeback in the 3rd installment of the Goat Simulator franchise for a fresh new batch of hell let loose upon the poor NPCs unlucky enough to share the same planet as the titular goat. The last time fans saw Goat Simulator 3, it was parodying the 2014 Dead Island 2 trailer. So seeing both at the same show was pretty hilarious. However, hilarious also describes the Goat Simulator 3 Gamescom trailer on its own. The zaniness of the franchise was on full display here, making the upcoming game even more exciting. We can't wait to see all the new ways we can destroy the planet and torture its inhabitants in the upcoming game. But it also appears that there's gonna be a lot more lore in this one as well. Up next at number 5, we have Sonic Frontiers. Sega's mascot and the iconic blue blur finally make his video game comeback in Sonic Frontiers, one of the most highly anticipated games trailers of the year. The latest 3D project is getting closer to launch, and with each new trailer, we get a little more confident that it might actually be pretty good, with new types of enemies and a wide open world designed specifically for both old and new Sonic fans to explore. It's shaping up to be the best installment in the series. The Hedgehog's non-2D outings have been famously hit and miss, but we're really intrigued to see how Frontiers blends open world gameplay with traditional Sonic platforming. And the game certainly looks good in motion. This one definitely stands out in a relatively quiet pre-Christmas release season. At number 4, there's Lies of P. What do you get when you combine the story of Pinocchio, the puppet who wanted to become a real boy, with a Souls-like game such as Elden Ring? You get Lies of P. Lies of P is set for a 2023 release that turns the story of Pinocchio into something much more gothic than the children's story. We certainly don't remember any puppets getting cleaved in half during the Disney movie, so expect a bit more of that type of action. Plus, being a Souls-like, don't expect the game to have an easy mode either. Buy it at your own risk. The latest trailer teased story and combat, with a lot of Lies of P's gameplay, making it seem much more like Bloodborne than it did before. And in the number 3 spot of our list is Dune: Awakening. Based on the award-winning book series by Frank Herbert, Dune: Awakening is an open-world survival MMO set in the harsh world of Arrakis. You'll need to survive extreme heat, dehydration, and massive sandworms as you work your way to world domination, playing in lobbies of hundreds, if not thousands of other players playing at the same time under different factions, all with the same goal: destroying all other factions. And being the sole controllers of the spice fields is something we can't wait to experience firsthand. There wasn't much to see in the trailer yet. However, fans of the epic may have already picked up on some familiar details. For example, the litany of the Bene Gesserit, a spice harvester, and of course, the notorious sandworm. With its atmospheric scenes and epic music, the short teaser only rouses fans' appetites for more. At the penultimate spot, we have new Tales from the Borderlands. Telltale Games' spin-off project, Tales from the Borderlands, was an instant hit back when it was released in 2014 for its over-the-top humor, amazing story, and extremely lovable cast of characters. Though the game had ended on a cliffhanger back in 2020, when news of Telltale Games shutting down surfaced, fans lost hope that a sequel would ever be made. But now, Gearbox is back in action and bringing us the next installment in the Tales series. New Tales from the Borderlands, which features a new cast, a new story, and a plot around a vault and the company Tediore. It even seems there are some exciting cameos or Easter eggs tied to characters like Reese and Zane. But Gearbox did confirm Sasha and Fiona would not appear in New Tales from the Borderlands. It was also said that there are plans for these characters though, so fans can dive into all of this new content with a hopeful eye on the future for old content. Though it sucks that we won't be seeing our favorite characters make a comeback for the second game, at least we're glad we are getting a second game at all. And finally, we have Gotham Knights. A Batman game that doesn't feature Batman was always going to be a tricky sell, but we're looking forward to seeing how Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, and Red Hood navigate Gotham's always creative criminal underworld without the caped crusader around. Both Bats and Police Commissioner Jim Gordon are presumed dead, allowing a host of the city's other supervillains to cause mayhem. And they're certainly doing that in the latest trailer. Gotham Knights' latest trailer was a bit of a marketing switch, as the game has largely focused on its playable characters, but this time around, it focused on its villains. It also revealed 2 new ones fans can expect to face: Harley Quinn and Clayface. A lot of Gotham Knights' potential flaws seem to hinge on how it nails them, but in terms of showing up and representing the world, story, and characters, it's hard to deny it did just that. That's a wrap for this video. Which game are you looking forward to? Are there any others that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.